Alrighty, kia ora YouTube whānau. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how I can turn this, just a piece off a pallet, just one of the rails, into these floating shells. I'll take you guys through the whole process. You'll see it all in video. I'll have some voiceover for you. Also show you guys how I actually mount it to the wall with these. Usually I'll actually just use some rods and studs, but the problem is it's too small to be able to go through two studs. So I'm going to use these things here to get it all set up. So yeah, let's get to it. So the first couple of minutes of this video are going to just be me cutting the pieces to length. So I'm just cutting these bits in half so that I've got the length that I need, or at least close to it, a little bit oversized so I can clean it up. Then I'm going to be buzzing the edges to get a nice 90-degree angle, so there's two pieces perpendicular to each other. Just makes it a lot easier when I'm thicknessing and running them through the table saw. Once I've finished that off, I'll be thicknessing them down to get to the close to the thickness that I'm wanting right at the end. And then yeah, so enjoy.
Oh boy.
You know, I know you're making up the truth. Why can't I go before I lose my cool? I love you even if it's difficult. Don't worry just because I need to leave. Don't mean I'm sick of us, of you and me. I'm just not good at showing sympathy. Give me a break. I'm not angry anymore, just a little bit let down. I'm not angry anymore, just a little upset now. Cause I wanna be better than I was before, but I can't do it if we don't mature. Not angry anymore, just a little bit let down.
Next up, ripping on the table saw. Just going to cut them down pretty much to get them nice. I'm not too worried about how wide each individual piece is. That's why you'll see me move the fence so much. They're not exactly the same size. And one of them I actually will make sure I cut quite a bit shorter than the others. It's just because I'm going to be making the top shelf shallower. So yeah, it's up. Now we're doing a glue up. Pretty much just laying everything out, trying to find exactly how I want everything to lay, what design and everything I'm going to get in the finished product. Then I'll put glue on each edge that I want joined really. One thing I will make sure that I do is have enough clamping pressure across the whole thing, and I'll actually put some pieces of MDF and melamine on top and actually clamp them down just to make sure that everything stays nice and flat. Then after that, it's time for everyone's favourite thing to do, sanding. Here I'm just trying something different. I'm just grabbing some blue mica powder and filling this crack that's in the boards. I'm just trying something different, just want to see how it looks after I've sanded it pretty much, just to see if I can use it for other projects. And then I'm going to just fill it in with a bit of CA glue, just some thin CA glue, and see how it works. Eventually it will be covered and you won't actually be able to see what it looks like because I'm going to be staining these boards, but yeah, I'm just trying something different, see how it looks. I don't know how easy it is for you guys to see, but this is actually the reason that I spray everything that I do when it comes to timber with water. What happens is, as I spray it with water, it pops the grain up, and as you can see there's little bits that have all popped up. Now, if you don't do this beforehand, what's going to end up happening is that when you put your finish on, all of those little bumps and everything like that are going to show up, so it pays to do it now. Then you just go over it again with a light sand, and you're good to go. Cool, now that we're all cut to length and ready to roll, it's time to give everything a nice sand on the end just to get them all nice and clean. And then it's time for me to start marking out where I'm going to route. So what I'm going to do is actually route a channel across one long edge and one short edge. And that's going to make it so that I can use those pieces of wood that you saw at the start of the video to mount it to the wall. Now just grab a chisel and a mallet and just smack out the stuff that's on the inside. I'm not making sure that it's super clean, it really doesn't have to be super clean. I just want to make sure that I get it down enough and chisel out enough material so that the piece of wood that I put into it is either sitting flush or ever so slightly in a bit further than it needs to be. That way I'm not worrying about it sitting off the wall too much or anything like that. Now I'm ripping down the small pieces that'll fit into the channel that I routed and chiseled out of the shelves. These are going to be 14mm by 18mm. I'm not too worried about the length at this point, I just want to get myself the pieces of timber that I'm going to need. I'm using the table saw to get the clean faces all around it. I'm not worried about it being too pretty or anything like that, it just needs to be the same thickness the whole way around. Then after that I'll take them over to the shelves, fit them in, make sure they're quite a nice fit, and then cut them to length off that. It's pretty easy, it's just a matter of putting it into the actual shelf, marking it, cutting it, doing the same thing over again. Now it's time for my favourite part, staining and finishing. Now this is just a basic wood dye, I'm just darkening it. I've done my son's table that he does a lot of his arts and crafts on in his room, and these shells are just going to go above it, so they're going to match it quite nicely. After the stains dry, I put on linseed oil and then they're all ready for mounting up on the wall. Cool, now we're ready to put up the second shelf. First one was relatively simple, pretty much did it exactly the same as this one. I'm just making sure everything's level, just put that spacer in there to make sure that it will fit in behind it when I go to put that piece up. Now what I'm doing here is just holding it against the wall, and while it's in the spot that I need it to be, I'm just going to drill my hole straight through it, and that's actually also going to mark the holes on the wall that I'm needing. Just putting some plugs into the wall, but as you can see, this is why I will always buy more than I need. This one's just gone all funny on me. No, just carry on, just put them into the wall. It's pretty easy to do, you just got to make sure that you get everything nice and secure. Chuck it up on the wall and make sure it all fits all nice. It was quite a nice snug fit, which I'm pretty happy about. Just do the same thing here. This side I just put a plug in. It doesn't need to be super strong, it's not going to have a lot of weight on it ever, so that's going to be perfectly fine, and they're ready to roll. As soon as my son saw these shells, his face lit up. He's super happy with them. Yeah, it's just time for a bit of a clean up. Lay everything out, see what's the best look, and that'll be us all done. Cool, that's all done, it's the finished product. Thanks you guys for watching, hope you enjoyed it, hoped it helped you guys find out and figure out if you want to do it yourself. So get out there and give it a go. If you like this video, please give us a like, it helps out a lot. Share it with anyone you think might enjoy it. And subscribe for more videos like this.